Hi guys, it's that time again. It's one of Daz's hot comic book alerts. This is episode 131 and this is one of my specials, and I know you love my specials. This is all about an upcoming DCU movie. Because you know the score. News waits for no man. What have I got for you? James Gunn's The Suicide Squad team roster is reportedly revealed to include the likes of DC Comics' King Shark, Peacemaker, Polka Dot Man, and more. Released in 2016 and directed by David Ayer, Suicide Squad introduced a host of villains turned anti-heroes to the worlds of DC franchise created by Warner Brothers and DC Films. However, while Suicide Squad was box office success, it failed to win over critics and was divisive among moviegoers. As a result, it was unclear if Suicide Squad would get a sequel. I must admit, guys, I thought it was the weakest of the DCU films. But after Gunn was fired from Guardians of the Galaxy 3 at Disney, he was hired by Warner Brothers, I'm a little surprised by that, to pen the script for a Suicide Squad sequel. And he since also has been hired to direct the film. When it was first reported Gunn would be scripting Suicide Squad 2, it was also revealed he would be crafting a direct sequel to Ayers' movie. Instead, he'd likely have a different Task Force X team roster, aside from the mainstays like Harley Quinn, who was Margot Robbie, and Deadshot, who was Will Smith, obviously. It's since been confirmed Harley Quinn will return for the Suicide Squad sequel. However, Smith dropped out of the Suicide Squad due to scheduling conflicts, and was recently reported Idris Elba is in talks to play Deadshot. I can see that. Pretty good casting in the upcoming film. Now, the rest of Gunn's Suicide Squad roster is filling out. As reported by Collender, the Suicide Squad will feature DC Comics villains King Shark, Peacemaker, Polka Dot Man, and Ratcatcher. Christopher Smith, aka Peacemaker, is someone so dedicated to the idea of peace, he's willing to kill for it. Polka Dot Man has polka dots all over his body that he can turn into balls of fire and other weapons. Nanu, aka King Shark, is a humanoid shark and the supposed son of the shark god. Ratcatcher will be a gender-flipped version of DC Comics villain Otis Flanagan, who starts off as an exterminator before turning to crime with the help of his rat army. Further, the script reportedly positions Deadshot as a surrogate father figure to Ratcatcher. However, Collender stresses the script could undergo a rewrite and this dynamic with the roster as a whole may change. So far, none of these villains have been officially cast, but Gunn is eyeing his Guardians of the Galaxy collaborator Dave Bautista for the role of Peacemaker. That's very interesting. Based on the Suicide Squad team roster, it's clear these initial reports about Gunn's sequel were true insofar as he wouldn't be reusing too many of the characters from the 2016 movie. Ayer's movie featured Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Amanda Waller, who was Viola Davis, Rick Flag, who was Joel Kinnaman, Captain Boomerang, who was Jay Courtney, El Diablo, who was Jay Hernandez, Killer Croc, Adewale Akinwande Agabaye, and Katana, Karen Fukuhara, among others. As of yet, it's unclear whether Kinnaman or Davis will reprise their roles, but I thought I just read something about Viola will be returning. But it's looking like none of the other Task Force X members will return. And I'm a little bit sad. Captain Boomerang was my standout. If anything, I thought Harley Quinn kind of overacted, but I'd love to see Captain Boomerang back. In terms of the characters that will be reportedly be included in Gunn's Suicide Squad, the list features a mix of relatively well-known characters and more obscure villains, and all seem to fit the director's offbeat style. Fans of Gunn are no doubt excited to see his take on King Shark, a character that has appeared in live action before thanks to CW's The Flash TV show. Pretty cool on there as well. Plus, the out of their powers of Polka Dot Man and Ratcatcher sound like they could make for some interesting additions to the film. Of course, the Task Force X team may change, but an official roster and casting information should arrive soon, since the Suicide Squad will start filming later this year ahead of a 2021 release date. So, interesting stuff, guys. Now take it with a pinch of salt, but this site is usually pretty good. So, I have 4 characters and books to be on the lookout for. First up, we have from 1994, the first cameo and full appearance of King Shark. His first cameo appearance appears in Superboy issue 0 from 1994. This is currently around about an £8 book online. Don't sleep on this, guys. Another book to be on the lookout for King Shark is his first full appearance, and this appears in issue 9 of that same run. Okay? Don't sleep on it. Again, an £8 to £10 book. The Superboy Zero maybe you get a little bit cheaper if you can dig for it, but this one's getting a little bit pricey. Up next is a book that isn't even on eBay. I've looked for it, trust me. And that is The Role of Peacemaker. And Peacemaker first appeared in a 1966 comic. And the issue was from Charlton Comics, of all the companies. So from November of 1966, we have issue 40 of The Fighting Five. That is the first appearance of the Peacemaker, who is supposedly going to be played by Dave Bautista. And the Peacemaker is Christopher Smith. Good book to be on the lookout for. I nearly purchased a Charlton book the other day. Up next, we have one of Batman's villains. Polka Dot Man, also known as Mr. Polka Dot, is a Gotham City supervillain and an enemy to Batman. His costume is covered in spots that he can peel off and use for a variety of purposes. They enlarge and transform into objects such as vehicles and weapons. And Polka Dot Man was created by Sheldon Moldoff, first appearing in this comic, guys. And that is from 1962, Detective Comics issue 300. Detective Comics issue 300. Now, I've just recently picked up issue 400. So we're talking old school. You can get ratty copies for around about £25. Of course, you want to pay for that extra dollar, you're going to get a nice book. But that's the book to be on the lookout for Polka Dot Man. And finally, the character to be on the lookout for is a book that I own. I had it signed by the creator, and that was John Wagner. And the book in question is from 1988, April of 1988, and that is Detective Comics 585, the first appearance of Ratcatcher. And Ratcatcher is Otis Flanagan, but like I said earlier, there was going to be a gender swap for the movie, and it's supposedly going to be a female instead. That's the 4 books, guys. We've got King Shark, we got Peacemaker, we got Polka Dot Man, and we got Ratcatcher. See what you can find. Those King Sharks might be still within your grasp, as will be Detective Comics 585, the rat catching one. Good luck in your hunt. Bye for now.